Hi, and welcome to today's Wellness Wednesday video. The flower essence that came up today is the flower essence of wild oat, and it came up under clarity. So, um, wild oat, I just thought of sow your wild oats, and that's kind of what wild oat helps us with. It helps us to, for someone who is trying to sow their wild oats and trying a whole bunch of different jobs and really feeling kind of lost, and doesn't understand what their purpose is or doesn't understand what their calling is, and is running around on the rat race trying to just make money, to do a job, and aren't really connected to their work. And that is what Wild Oat helps us with. It helps us to find our purpose. And so for me, I believe everyone's purpose is the same. I believe everyone's purpose is to live a joy filled life, to have a joy filled experience. And something that gets in the way of that is what we do for our work. So, and that's what I call our calling. And so I think what a lot of people are looking for is their calling. And specifically, Wild Oat talks about how in today's society we are more so pushed into careers based on money rather than on what we want or what we value or what aligns with us or aligns with our soul. We do the right thing by getting the degrees or getting the education or taking the courses or doing the jobs that are needed or that you feel will bring in the big money. And the focus is more so on that. And for me, when we talk about a calling, we talk about wanting to be of service. And that doesn't mean not taking money for what you do. That doesn't mean that you can't experience abundance, because that's not at all what it's about. It's about being in service. And whatever that may look like to you, your soul knows what your service is. And so Wild Oat really helps us to get that clarity, to help us figure out what it is that we are being called to do, what it is that we are here to serve humanity with. And it could be anything such as being an artist. It can be a healer. It can be even something like being a garbage man or something like that, if that's your passion, because that's still being of service to humanity in some way. And so I think why I think this card is really coming up right now is because I think there's a lot of people who are disillusioned with the typical version of success, the one that pushes the materialism, and are really feeling that kind of void inside because they haven't followed their life. They haven't followed their life calling. Sorry. And they're not doing things that align with them because it wasn't the right thing to do or didn't feel like you'd be able to make money or be successful at doing it. A lot of people are feeling that void, especially having just come off lockdowns and everything, the world, for such a long time. That gives you a lot of time to kind of assess and reevaluate the things that are important to you. And so that's why I think this is really coming up right now. For all of you out there who are kind of feeling like maybe you don't want to go back to work, or feeling like your work is not fulfilling you, it's just continuing the void or causing you anxiety or causing you stress, then I would say it's probably not aligned to you. And so that's what Wild Oat brings. It helps you to gain that clarity. It helps you to reconnect with what your true destiny is and what your calling is, so that you can start moving in that direction rather than doing the typical version of success, or what we've been taught success is. So I hope that makes sense. As usual, I pull a card, and today a surrender card is what called to me. And so I do surrender cards on Sunday, but I think that this one is very fitting. And this is what I was called to pull. And it's surrender your addictions. And I think how that ties in with Wild Oat is that that addiction to striving for material wealth, striving for, yeah, doing things because that's what we're taught we're supposed to do, and trying to fill that void with, if we are feeling that void, trying to fill that with everything outside of ourselves rather than turning into ourselves. And all of those are examples of addiction. So it could be shopping, it could be gambling, it could be smoking, it could be overworking, it could be working out. Um, Anything that you are trying to fill the void with outside of yourself tends to become an addictive behavior. So I think they're beautiful together. Wild Oat will help you gain that clarity. And in order to gain that, surrender your addictions. So surrender those addictive thoughts, even about how the only way you're going to make it is if you stay in this job until you retire, or if you take the safe route, or if you work harder, then you'll feel better. All of those are addictive thoughts as well, and that are unhealthy for you. So, like I said, I think they work out beautifully together. Wild Oats helps you get that clarity on your calling and your what you're here to serve humanity for, and then surrendering the addiction can help you kind of move towards that. So if this calls to you, you can bring in the essence of wild oat to assist you. If you'd like to do that, you can DM me, or you can join my email list, because they always get the how to bring the essences in every Wednesday. And if you have any questions, or just if this is something that really speaks to you and you're feeling like you have that void, then reach out. There's definitely things that you can do. A soul alignment session can help you kind of gain that clarity, and give you the first few steps on how to start filling that void. I hope you are all well. I hope this speaks to some of you or gets you thinking, because you might just be feeling off and not know what's going on, or just really unfulfilled or unsatisfied with life. And listening to this, you may go, oh, that's what's going on for me. Either way, I wish you all well and happy Wednesday.